Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody here? Hello. So, hi, welcome. Today, oh, brilliant. Today, I am doing a tarot and astrology live, and I have a special guest with me today. So I'm going to see if I can bring him on. So will you welcome Alan from Astrology Pie. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Emily. I'm an astrologer. I'm also an intuitive tarot reader. So without further ado, let's try and bring Alan on with us. Wait for it. Is he here? Is he here? Let us know where you're from. Hello! Hello! Can you hear me?
Hey! Hello, hello. How are you doing?
Oh, I can't hear you. Why is this?
I don't know. Can you hear me?
I hope other people can hear me.
So, is it if you
Can you hear
turn your
me?
volume up on your phone that you'll be able to, it'll unmute me?
I still can't hear you. I don't know why this is. I might just take the mic away. Right, can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, brilliant.
Can you hear me?
Sorry about that. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know why I didn't want to accept my microphone.
Oh, okay.
wow.
Perfect. Yeah. Hello to Two Gays, One Twitch. I love all these people that I haven't seen.
Who do we have?
Yeah. Okay, so everyone can hear us from what I gathered.
Oh, brilliant. So, would you like to tell us a little bit about you, Alan?
Yes, I'm Alan Mitchell. I am from Orlando, Florida. Well, I'm from Macon, Georgia, but I live in Orlando, Florida with me and my partner, Adam. And I am an intuitive astrologer that does more of the esoteric astrology, and the evolution of our soul is what I really like to focus on, to help people kind of bring into light their own spirit, purpose, and energy with an optimistic point of view, obviously, because I think astrology is a perfect tool to help actualize our potential, and it's one of the oldest sciences in the world, I think. Pretty sure.
Brilliant. So, for those of you, spit out, Emily. For those of you who don't know me, so I'm over in England. So it's 9 o'clock in the evening. I'm in Hampshire, and what I try and get any clients or my following to do is to use the moon cycle as a cosmic guide for timing, and use astrology and tarot to help people with personal growth, and use the moon cycle to set intentions and goals to work with, and actively take action steps. So that's sort of a little bit about what I do.
Yeah, to make it more practical and grounded for, and apply it to their life. That's the best thing. Is for me, I like to make it more tangible, where it doesn't seem overwhelming. You're like, this stuff can be very confusing to a lot of people. So if we kind of explain it in a way that makes it more practical for them to understand, and to implement it in their life and their schedule to help them kind of grow into it, I think that's wonderful about whether you're doing tarot or astrology or anything like that.
Yes, I totally agree. Well, basically, I know our teacher, for those of you who don't know, we met through Deborah Silverman, Applied Astrology, and we both did all our level 3. We did all 1, 2, and 3 levels.
Yes.
Deborah Silverman's Applied Astrology, and that's how we became good friends and colleagues, and
Yeah, and we've been meeting every, month since we graduated back in June.
wow.
So I love that. I love that we're all still trying to stay connected after all that.
Yes, me too. And
We had
astrology
a
really.
question. How have I missed all of this part of you, Alan? I hate my Instagram algorithm. Yeah, I can't believe that. So yeah, I've been studying astrology for almost 2 years now, but I've always been interested in astrology. I've always been interested in more curious about the human psychology with astrology, and Deborah Silverman merges those two together so beautifully in bite-sized bits. I think it's one of the best programs if you're interested in that. And what better time than under the Aquarian energy right now, that the sun's in Aquarius and the moon is in Gemini, so we have a double air energy right now in the cosmos, which is fun. It's quirky. What is it? Aquarius rules astrology. How have
Sorry.
you fared with this energy right now with the double air sky?
Well, being a double air and earth moon,
Yeah,
so
tell us about your big three and what that is for you. Like, what is the dynamic of your personality?
I am Gemini Sun, Gemini rising, and I have a Capricorn moon. So being double air, I really know this energy. It's the
Yeah.
whole kind
So
of
yeah,
scattered.
Gemini is an air sign. So you have double Gemini. So do you like to talk a lot, or do you have
Yes,
a sometimes hard time with words? Because sometimes people that have a lot of air in their chart, they can't find words.
yes. When I have something to say, I will say an awful lot, and I usually have an opinion on everything, whether I express it or not. um,
And I can
but
imagine with your double air and the Capricorn, which is Earth, it makes you very logical. Like, do you
yeah,
ever get caught up in like logic where it's hard to like connect with your emotional side sometimes? Or do you have a good mixture of both?
basically, the emotion side of things actually tends to rule everything for me.
Hmm.
Um, and I've learnt over the years that even if for any reason I felt sort of shy and um, realizing that, okay, sometimes it's not good to say everything you think. It's kind of thinking more about how to listen more effectively and combining the two. Because active listening is just as important as
Oh
speaking.
yeah, of course.
Um, but the Capricorn side of things really means that I have the discipline. And without that discipline, I am completely scattered. And I tend to have the generic
Yeah.
head in the clouds. And
Well, I mean, but you have that nice Capricorn moon. Do you feel that it really grounds you?
yes,
Yeah.
yes. But it can be really taskmaster as well. So the
We had
Gemini,
somebody that's sorry. We had somebody that was they love this so much. Libra. So I'm assuming your sun is Libra, moon Aries, and rising Taurus. If I got that correct. And there, whatever's going on in the cosmos, it's rough right now. So yeah, collectively we're experiencing the Aries, not the Aries, the Aquarian sun and the Gemini moon. But we also have about 6 planets in Earth. So that can be very rough in itself because things can be very heavy and earthy and grounded and serious. But then you have the double air, which can make it a little chaotic because the Aquarian energy is all about revolutionizing and it's electrical energy. So sometimes it can feel very anxiety ridden. So I assume how it might be placed in your chart specifically, you probably have um, some problems with anxiety. Is that true right now going on? And then when you have Gemini air, like that with your moon, it's like it wants to be expressed through intellect. So with Emily, with you being a double Gemini, I mean, you have to express yourself. You'll probably somehow find an outlet to like communicate your needs either through writing or talking to someone. I mean, it's such an essential part of who you are. Is that true for you, Emily?
Yes, definitely. I'm always writing something, and usually, if I write something which I think is a bit on the controversial side, I find if I write it anyway, I get lots of people that say, "Oh, I totally agree with you." And I think, well, actually, I thought it was really controversial. I probably shouldn't share it. But it's a case of if if I don't share it, I'm then internalizing it too much.
Hmm.
And once it's shared, it's out of the system. So
Yeah, and that's funny with emotions being water. So if you are if you're Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, those are the water signs of the zodiac, and it's really important for you to be able to express your emotions because those particular water signs are nonverbal, but water is made up of oxygen. So when you're able to express yourself vocally, or even if you write it down, it releases that energy. And that's why speaking your emotions feels so good. It's like you're breathing oxygen into the water and being able to express yourself um, in a way that kind of relieves that pressure, and be a little bit more vulnerable.
yes,
And now's the perfect time to express yourself with all that air. Air represents like the intellect and our mind and how we perceive information.
it certainly does. Of course, you would know all about the water, wouldn't you? Can you tell people about what you have with your? You've got Pisces, haven't you? For your
Hmm.
sun,
So
correct?
I'm a Pisces sun, and I have an Aries moon, so I have a lot of fire. Because in extension to that, I have two other planets along with my moon in Aries. So there's a lot of fire there. But my rising is also a fire sign, which is Sagittarius.
Brilliant. So the Sagittarius side of things, wanting to be adventurous and have a little bit of philosophical. Yeah, I can't get my words today. I'm blaming the double air in the sky. It's
Well,
too quick.
that's a side effect of air. Sometimes they get tripped up on their words because they think so fast. That's
Yes.
another thing about air. Like air's so fast that sometimes they need to slow down in order to catch up with what they're saying because their thought process, their quick intellect.
Yeah.
And it's like, what was I saying again? And it's a fun time right now because we also have the Aquarian energy, which is quirky. It's unique. It's also a bit of a rebel. They get a bad rep for stirring up things, but they're really here to push us out of our narrow-minded perspective to adopt a more broader view because it rules community
Yes. The community, the
and coming
humanitarian
together. So
side.
it's a wonderful time to talk and be with people and friendships and all kinds of stuff like that right now. And it's also like some of you that might be experiencing that nervous energy. It can be a little bit erratic and unpredictable, which can be hard for some signs because it can affect you in a negative way where it's so much anxiety and you're not sure where this nervous energy is coming from. And a great way is to use your air, like expressing yourself through either exercise or writing. It's a great time to communicate through the written word.
Yes, journaling's a powerful tool for, I find, both air and also for water because if the water's side of things, water signs sometimes might find it hard to say what they feel, whereas if you
Mm-hmm.
write it down, there's no judgment. It's releasing it that way. And things
Oh,
like
yeah.
having a nice bath or being near water, like a lake or river or something, um, would probably be very lovely thing
Mm-hmm.
for that energy.
So you want to get started with your tarot, what you do with that?
Can I say a little bit about what we have today? So
Absolutely.
we're in the waxing gibbous phase. So we're not quite at full moon yet, but it feels like it's growing, and very much so. People will probably be feeling a lot of their emotions coming up to the surface, and um, the sun at the moment is making a trine to the moon. So they're very much, as you say, it's the air working with each other so very much. Um, that. But then the moon is also squaring Neptune. So when people talk about confusion and anxiety, Neptune's your planet for that. But it's also a planet for dreams. So, but squares can be a challenging time for a lot of us, but they often bring the best growth. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, sure. Shall we see whether anybody would like any tarot and astrology readings? People
Yes.
like to tell us their sun sign, and if they know their moon and rising as well. Great. And perhaps Alan could tell us a little bit about what that means for that individual, and I'll pull them a card and see where we go from there.
Hey, Samantha. Hey, Ian. Hey, Jolene. Welcome, welcome. We're just talking here with my friend Emily, who does tarot cards, divination cards, a lot of stuff with the moon cycles. We're just getting together, collaborating. She invited me to be a part of her live Instagram where we're discussing tarot, astrology, and all things metaphysical.
Yes. And we're surrounded by crystals in my place as well, and probably yours too.
Oh yeah, I definitely have a lot of crystals. I mean, if you could just see my workspace right now, it helps me stay grounded.
Yeah.
Like I'm missing Earth. So
Oh.
I'm all like fire and water, so I'm like hot steam, baby. Watch out. I usually react, like I can be very reactive because of all my fire energy, and then emotional because of it. And trying to temper the two, it's like a warm bath once I get it just right, where you can relax and enjoy and really find healing in a warm bath. Like somebody's taking a bath right now, I think.
Oh, brilliant.
I had a lovely bath last night, and I had not taken a bath since I was sick, like over a year ago. Like I forget how therapeutic a nice warm bath is.
Mm. I'm more of a shower lady, but I make little
Yes, looking
scrubs.
forward.
So I'll make a honey scrub with well-known moisturizer that has a kind of antiseptic quality to it, but I won't mention the brand. So yes, basically some moisturizer, some sugar, and some honey, and use that to make me feel lovely, and it doesn't make my skin react like shower gels do. So.
Yeah, is that more like raw materials work better with your skin?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I do, before we get started with everything else, so this is the Aquarian card. So this is the star. So I wanted to talk about this since we're in the Aquarian energy right now and the Aquarian age. And the star card in the tarot is, or tarot. How do you say it?
I say tarot, but
Okay, tarot. Tarot. I think they're
tarot.
interchangeable. And it's 17. It's the card 17, and it's the star. And what I love about it is that the person she has no clothes on. And to me, that represents they have nothing to hide. They come in here with an authentic, true self with nothing to hide. And I feel like that's how Aquarians are. They don't care if you like them. They could care less. They don't try to fit the mold. If anything, they reject normalcy. And I find a lot of stuff with this energy that is just so inspiring. Like, I love the fact that we can just be raw and real and not worry about what others think and just be your true creative self, because the highest energy of the Aquarian energy is to be the observer, to not
Yeah.
judge, but to take notice. And they're really great at pattern recognition. So some of you might be experiencing that right now with this Aquarian energy, and it actually rules astrology. So it's very interesting how tarot cards and astrology are closely related.
I'm writing a book about it.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear it.
Yes.
You'll have to send me a rough copy because I love all that kind of stuff. Anything that makes us think in a unique way. I have a strong Aquarian in my chart, and
Yeah.
I definitely would say that I am an innovator that doesn't really like to be controlled or do the normal thing.
Yeah.
And any Aquarian, if you have any Aquarian in your chart, sun, moon, or rising, or Uranus is also the planet of Aquarius, and if you have a strong Uranus energy, it can make you a little hyperactive, but it's also like you just don't like following the rules.
The rebel. Um, Also, within that star card, I was talking quite a lot of this, particularly for the moon, for when I was doing a talk with our friend Lisa,
Mm-hmm.
it was called Moon Musings, which is on my YouTube channel if anyone wants to watch it. But we were talking very much about how Aquarius is all about compassion as well. So they
Mm-hmm.
might have the rebellious side of things, the individuality, how unique they are, and they're not just out of the box. They created the box, or they decided, no, it's not a box I want. I want a pyramid. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the star with all the stars around it very much is about the inspiration side of things.
Oh yeah.
Um, but the 1 foot in the water and the 1 foot on the earth, it's holding the space for that emotional capacity without drowning in it, and it's the one jug pouring into self and the one jug pouring into community. Um,
Mm.
and I loved what Lisa was saying about how actually um, Aquarius knows how much water to put in that jug so that it doesn't completely spill over themselves. But by pouring some of that compassion and that
Mm.
inspiration with the humanitarianism within that, some of that will spill on them. But it's knowing how much to put in without having too much of a heavy load to bear, but also knowing how you can benefit others while still nourishing yourself. So
Oh yeah. It's having that wisdom to know
definitely my favorite
how
card.
much to carry. And it's funny because I do remember having several questions about, like, why is Aquarius an air sign, but it's known as the water barrier? And their
Mm,
symbol, it almost looks like water, but it's actually written like this. If you ever see the symbol for Aquarius, um, it's actually electrical current. So that's
mm,
part of the technology, because it rules technology and science and the electrical part. And the water barrier is like, they are the container. They're the ones, because Aquarius is like the higher octave of the air signs and the higher octave of our minds. That's very futuristic. A lot of people don't realize, but they're the ones who are the inventors, and they actually want to lead the group. They care about community. These are the humanitarians. And the water part is our collective conscious. It's our emotions. It's the collective conscious, and they carry that in the water, their water barrier, the water jug. So
mm.
that's kind of why they're called the water barrier, but they're not a water sign.
Yeah,
I've
very
had
much
people,
speaking to the unspeakable.
yeah.
Absolutely. Um, have we got anybody that would like a card at all?
Well, Alyssa joined us, and she says she's an Aries sun, a Capricorn moon, and a Taurus rising.
Oh, is that Alyssa? Oh, Alyssa from our training.
I don't think, no, no, no.
No, but
I
person
recognize
I've come
Alyssa. I actually did a reading for Alyssa.
Did you?
Yeah, I
Oh,
hope you're doing well. Yes, so she wants a card pulled for her.
sure. Is there a particular question at all, or just a general read?
I'll give her time to answer.
Okay, sure. I've got the Witch's Tarot deck today, which is one of my favourites.
Oh, wow.
By Ellen
Really
Gillen.
pretty.
Yeah, I know, it's got the triple goddess moon on it, which is very much something I resonate with, of course. With the maiden and the crone and the
Relationships.
relationships. Okay, let's see what we have. So, what does Alyssa need to know about relationships? I just ask the
That she
cards.
wants one. She says, I am a great catch. Why is everyone taking so long to figure this out?
Yeah, okay. So, we got the King of Cups reversed.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
okay, let's see if you can see it. Right, so the King of Cups is about active mastery of emotions, and being reversed, it's either paying more attention to that in her life, making sure that she's holding space for her own emotions without projecting them on others, but also without sort of denying herself the ability to feel the capacity fully of her emotions. But also cups are also about love. So potentially once she's in a space that she's ready, if she's wanting a new relationship or whether she's in one already, that she needs to do maybe a little bit of work on being sure she's ready for the full commitment, and holding space for herself as well as any partner or new partner. So I really hope that that's helpful. Please let me know.
Oh yeah, we all have to ask ourselves. I feel like with any relationship, are you ready? Is this something that is potentially something that you want? Because I know as an Aries, you have an Aries sun, they definitely are independent. So that could clash because they're not going to let anybody tell them what to do. As long as they know they're in charge, the other person knows that they're in charge.
I think like any of us, if we enter a relationship, we need to be ourselves, but also make space for the other. And it's kind of working out the emotional realm, but also, are you there for the right reasons? Are you there for sort of the love, the commitment? And will you be there for the trust and the honesty that goes with all of that? So, yeah,
And that's a
there's so
hard
much
time.
more to think
It's hard
about.
to lean into trust sometimes, for sure.
Of course, with so many people, it is.
That's always my word that I always try to write down that I feel like I've always had a hard time with, like trust. Just
Yeah.
trust that it will happen, or trust in yourself, or trust in other people. I mean, it's such a small word, but it's a big idea.
Yes.
Hey Lexi.
Do we have anybody else?
I'm really bad at trying to scroll and do this at the same time, y'all.
Oh, yeah, my phone's up on my little ring light, and I have my microphone plugged in, but obviously the sound didn't want to work, so it's all in the live process, isn't it?
Well, Alyssa did say that that made a lot of sense for her.
Oh, brilliant. I'm glad it could help. Yes, the whole scrolling and being live thing. Yes, it is a bit of a odd one.
Does anybody else have a card that they would like Emily to pull for them? It's hot in my house. I'm in the sunroom right now. Listen, it was 50 degrees this morning, and then it's 85 now.
What's that in degrees Celsius?
I
I
don't
don't
know. I
know.
think I would say like 60-ish degrees Celsius right now.
That doesn't make sense. That must be Fahrenheit. Because Celsius, if you've got a hot summer's day, it can be about 30, or if it's like really, really hot, in the 40s. But
Oh,
um,
I don't know then. I don't know
no
how to convert.
worries.
I love that. I love like this funny little dynamic of Celsius and Fahrenheit. I'm so bad about that. You know, us Americans, they love to do everything different.
Yeah. I think everywhere's got their own little nuances, haven't they? Doesn't matter where in the world you are, you could be down the road from someone and somebody could have a completely different perspective.
Oh, for sure. I'm trying to see if there's any other questions right now. I don't see any questions,
I
but I
think
also don't know if Instagram is being funny.
I can see 2 days and one Twitch. I can read for this person, whoever this may be.
Let's
Um,
pull a card for him.
I will, yes. Um, Again, if there's anything you'd like to know in particular, let me know. If not, I will just do a general read and see what it is that you need to know in this moment. I'm guessing if there was no question just yet, we'll just go with this card.
Yeah,
So,
just do a general reading. See what's going
okay,
on with that. I don't know if
we've got another reversed card. It's the Nine of Wands.
so. Is that like a defender? It looks like they're defending a fortress.
Well, nines are generally about completion, um, but wands are to do with inspiration, creativity, and it's all about fiery energy. Um, so I would suggest that there's a creative project or um, something that is something that is quite abundant and quite working quite well for this person.
Mm,
But then there might be some attention that still needs to be paid towards whatever's going on in their lives, whether it is something um, creative or something that is perhaps on the sort of passion or anger side of things. I'm not sure what this person's going through at this moment in time, but there might be a few little things um, that are coming to light for them, which might not be quite so comfortable because it being reversed and all. But
mm,
by all means, do let me know. Um, but I would suggest that if there's any kind of um, passion or anger, that perhaps writing something out might help, or really being clear before you act on your next step, on whatever it might be for you. That there is some kind of completion perhaps that has happened, but maybe some reviewing of what your next step might be. Oh, there's a reply here. Lots of turmoil in a creative life right now, for sure. Oh, I'm sorry. But I'm hoping that you can get to grips with what's going on and process it before whatever your next step is. And I wish you all the best.
I don't see any more comments from my end. I feel like it's being
Um,
stupid.
um, oh, I said it makes sense on what I've been saying as well, which is quite nice to hear. You never know how things will land. It's much like astrology and tarot both are tools. They lend themselves to interpretation. Oh, oh, we lost Alan. How strange. Maybe we'll come back. Oh, thank you very much. I wonder whether um, Alan will be coming back to join us or not. By all means. Oh, there he is. Bear with me. I think he's just coming back. But thank you all for joining us. It's been lovely to see you so far. Oh, welcome back. We lost you.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, I hate not being able to see the comments. I feel like Instagram Live is like the worst with that when like you join and I couldn't follow along with anybody because my comments were frozen.
Yeah, I'm sort of scrolling back if I can.
Thank you.
I'm back. Oh, you got welcome back as well.
It's frustrating. And here we are in the age of Aquarius that rules technology and we can't seem to get it right. That's why we need more innovators. Shoot, if a baby was born today, like all that air and earth, gosh, they would be like really grounded and logical and they would be like super smart.
They would be so smart. I was just thinking that as well. To have that grounded energy, but also the ability to speak to it and be practical. Yeah. And with that Jupiter in
Yeah,
the house as well, to be able to have the playfulness and it should be quite lovely and fun.
Oh yeah, we can have like a little bit of intuitive fun. I feel like the Jupiter in Pisces. I feel like we're gonna have like a big expansion in like social media and anything dealing with pop culture and like movies and film. Because Jupiter's all about growth and expansion, and with it being in Pisces, it's the illusionist, the dreamer that rules film and photography. And you put that together, you get a lot of like expansion in that, and like virtual reality and all kinds of advancements in that.
Yeah, mine is in Pisces as well, but mine is actually in the 11th house. So the 11th house being about connections and your dreaming and being with community and that sort of thing, rather than where it is today, which is in the 5th house. So that will be more sort of, say, about that inner child and about maybe some love and romance and finding joy in caring for youth in some way. Playfulness.
So somebody said that, or they remind me your name again. Like I don't want to just keep shouting out 2 gays, 1 Twitch. I know there's 2 of you, and Adam tells me your name like all the time, and I, for the life of me, cannot remember your name right now.
It's such a cool handle. If you ever needed something to make you laugh.
I know, it's like, I love it. It's just totally Aquarian right there.
And this person or people, they've said there we go. John Mark. Okay.
John and Mark.
John and Mark.
Are y'all both listening right now, or is it just John, or is it just Mark? Anywho, he said that he's born under a full moon, so do you want to speak to that?
So often people that are born under a full moon are very on the outward side of their persona, so that they're very much active and sort of full of the energy and life. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I'm kind of, my words are not amazing at this moment in time. But yeah.
There's only room for one in the bath.
Yeah, so full of life and being in Aries full moon. Again, it's that very initiatory um, uh, leadership quality and leader and fire and creativity and passion and love and all of that. And really not mincing your words. Going to be straight and honest with you.
Being very direct.
Direct, yes.
But you know, it's funny because the Libra moon, so you're an Aries sun and Libra moon. Is that what I'm remembering for you, John Mark? Because Libras, they can have a hard time making decisions.
Yes. Want balance and justice. So sun
Well, your
sign.
sun sign is your personality, how you project yourself into the world. It's how you shine. You know, what is the external energy that you omit or permeate, however you say it. Not omit, don't listen to me.
Omit,
Word
yeah.
problems. And your moon is your internal dialogue. It's how you respond to stress.
Yeah, and the temperament as well. And a lot of it can be subconscious. It can be some of our patterning and programming as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot in there. Um, and sometimes it's what you need to sort of feel comfortable in yourself. So there's a lot there within the moon, but
Mm-hmm.
also say the sun being your essence and kind of related a bit to your soul, and it's kind of who you are seen as. But um, then you have the rising sign as being something you grow into a little bit, but it's also another part of you that you're not always so aware of. But you
Yeah.
need all of it to kind of come together and look to working towards your rising sign to have your soul's evolution to really be fulfilled in this life.
Mm-hmm. I had a mentor who told me that your sun and your moon is your father and mother. Your rising is what you decide. Like with it being in Taurus, this is how you want to perceive. You know, it's not by inherently DNA from your mother or father, but your rising is something that you are actually getting comfortable with expressing yourself, your outward expression on of who you are, like the real you. When the ego and the emotional side takes a back seat, because the idea is to have the ego in service to the soul, and your soul is your rising part, like we were, you know, what you were saying, Emily.
Yes, and your ego is pretty much related to your sun, but your ego isn't a bad thing, it's protective, but it's still part of you.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing wrong with having a healthy ego. Just ask any Leo.
Although you still get the shy Leos as well, and I
Oh
have
yeah,
a very, very close friend that
because
is a
they
shy.
know they're a lot, and they know that they can take up a lot of space and be very loud and project themselves, but you know but life can sometimes teach them you're being too loud, you're being too much, and I say shut up, let me be me. You're allowed to use your fire as a source of inspiration for others and to really allow them to really lead from their heart, because it rules the heart, Leo, which I love. And I think it's so funny because what you are practicing right now is just a testament to that, because um, you're taking a bath right now, and Taurus's rules sensuality and aromatherapy and candles and the five senses and sweets and all the things of comfort. So you're in your soul right now, and I think that's so great that you're actually living that truth on live Instagram. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you for sharing your beauty and your honesty. May
Because
or
that's the Venusian energy. Taurus is ruled by Venus. So you have all that beauty and love and light. And then you're also a Libra. So you're like a double Venus energy. Uni Tunes, how are you? I keep hearing my feedback from you. I don't know if it's like from your microphone or like speakers.
um,
But then I'm thinking, wow, I sound like that. I'm like, I don't know if I need to talk anymore.
No, it's still going, and the microphone's off and unplugged, so it's not the mic. Sorry.
Maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just.
I think it might be. Don't
I have
worry.
my solfeggio music in the background since we're like representing air. Air is about
Oh, it's
sound.
lovely. I was thinking that there's some kind of music. I hadn't really realised where it's coming from.
Yeah, it's supposed to, get you into a certain calming mind frame. They have different hertz, so like there's different sounds that you can actually either meditate to or just listen to, and like being able to write or anxiety. It really helps with anxiety, so that's something to think about. I'll put it in here. It's Italian, and you can get it either on Spotify or Apple Music, and it's just beautiful music for all kinds of different um, reasons you would want to have music in the background. It's really therapeutic.
I listen to a lot of Igor and Joe. I don't know whether you've heard of them. Um, Basically, it's a lot about chanting and things. So
Mm-hmm.
I chant to gods and goddesses for the different energies and for the elements as well, and just sort of tying it all back together.
Oh yeah, I remember you having that one time when we were in our meeting. I thought it was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
What have we got? We were Aquarius, and what else are we with?
So for anybody that's just joining us, we're
Oh,
doing
sorry.
Emily's doing tarot card pulls, and that sounded weird. She's pulling tarot cards for anybody that would like a reading. And then I'm doing the astrology spin on it, where we both talk about the astro aspects of it as well.
Yes, by all means, if anybody would like a reading, please let us know. We will help you out. Well,
Or if you don't even know your moon and rising, if you know your sun sign, we can talk a little bit about astrology. We'll probably be on for about 10 more minutes. For anybody that is interested in astrology or tarot readings right now. While we're waiting on anybody to talk about that, so Gemini moon right now, and it's associated with the Lovers card. Can you talk about that, Emily?
So, the Lovers card, as you would imagine, there is some recognition of love and relationships and things. And I'm drawing a bit of a blank, which is really silly because obviously Gemini is my signs, but um, I seem to be a bit sort of stumped, but I don't know why.
No, I love the growth that they have back here.
Yes, it. Um,
I heard one time that it represented the 12 zodiac signs. I think it's like the trees on fire.
Do you know what? I should look at what I wrote.
That is, there's like 12 little fire things, and I think one time I heard that it was like different zodiac symbols. And it looks like they're in the Garden of Eden. Here's a little snake.
Well, snakes often speak to sort of a little bit of spirituality, but also about depending on where the snake is. If there's a snake sort of wrapped around somebody, it's kind of the feeling of being a little bit trapped in a way, or spiritually closed. but where is the snake? Is it just around a tree? It's just
Yeah,
around
it's
a
around the
tree.
tree.
Then that's more connected, I'd say, to sort of like the tree of life and things, and
Hmm.
actually it's a good sign. Um, but there's the
I think,
sun in the card, and the sun is always about sort of abundance and full sort of spectrum of good things in life, and it's that sort of growth and well-being and everything. And you have like a little angel or something up there.
yeah, I
And
feel like they're blessing their union.
yes,
It's like a
it's got
blessing
that as
between them
well.
two.
And you've got quite a few of the elements there as well, because you've got not only sort of the little garden, as it were, and the trees and the flowers and things, talking about sort of the earth energy and abundance and being practical, but they're both like in the star card in a way. They both look like they're freely entering into some kind of partnership here. They're both naked, so they're both comfortable, and there's no binding, there's no chains or ropes or anything blocking them. They're open-handed, open-hearted, and yeah, it looks like a really healthy freedom and love card. Um, you also have like a volcano or a mountain or something in the background, and that's sort of the element of fire. So again,
The
there's
fiery passion between them.
that passion between them. So yeah, generally the lovers, depending on what comes before or after it in a reading, can be quite a positive side. Very
It's
positive
like it
card.
goes up at a peak, and then they're like, never mind, I'm done.
I won't say what I was thinking.
Oh gosh, that did sound a little sexual innuendo there.
Yeah.
I quite like that card. I think it's actually,
Yeah.
I have a tarot box that I have that I keep my tarot cards in, and it is engraved with the lovers card
Wow.
in the wood where I keep
Beautiful.
all my cards. So,
I've read
and
about it.
and I got this. Like, I am by no means fantastic at tarot cards. I'm like very much a novice, but if you're looking for a good book, I got this off of Amazon, and I think it's amazing.
Hmm. I highly recommend Tarot for the Self as well.
Yeah, I think I have that. I think I do
Tarot
have
for the
that.
Self by Mary K. Greer. It's incredible. It looks not just at tarot, but looks at astrology as well, and
Mhm.
looks at ways to use it for therapeutics. So there's things in there about depression, about joy, about so much. And there's the tells you about the um, personality card, the soul card, and about your shadow cards, your teachings cards. So I'm trying to incorporate some of that into my book as well. Some of the ways you can calculate your personality and soul cards and things. There's
Mhm.
also a way of looking at your card of the year as well. So I really want to put all of that in my book. Obviously, not plagiarizing or anything like that, but my take on it and how to use it, how to calculate it. I did find what I said about it. Just written so extensively. Anyway, do you have anything else you would like a card?
You can pull mine. I want a reading. I want to get in on the action. I want to be like the mountain in the middle. Let's try to see if I would stick. That's how greasy my forehead's right now.
Brilliant.
I know. Listen, you can't take me anywhere. I am just a goof nut.
Alan, climb every mountain, cross every stream. Oh, a card just dropped out for you.
Oh, I love it. So I got a jumper, huh?
Ah, yeah.
Hop, hop.
Um, you got the High Priestess reversed. I don't know why all the cards seem to be reversed.
I'm gonna need you to put them up right.
Oh, the High Priestess.
Yeah, that's a very intuitive card. Isn't that Pisces as well?
I Actually, if I've got, no, I can't use my phone. My phone's in the device.
With
I
it being in
mentioned,
reverse, I need some spiritual awakening. Is that what I need to rely on? Trust. I need to.
so intuitively remembering. So High Priestess is all about. It's ruled by the moon. It's kind of that's why you've got the moon's pillars, and you have not only sort of you've got a black pillar and a white pillar to say that she's in the middle between the sort of diversity of things,
Mm,
and she very much looks to sort of rules and regulations, but also the intuitive side of things. But as I say, with the reversal side of things, it's kind of right looking more deeply at sort of spirituality and
mhm.
your intuition, and making sure that you're honouring that, I guess. I'll just see if there's anything I'd written about. Actually, do you know what? I've got plenty of guidebooks around me. Rather than trying to find my own descriptions that I've written, I might as well just see what it says in that as well. Oh, so in the reverse position, it talks about moral or physical ardor, conceit, or surface knowledge. So I presume it's more about looking more deeply at the sort of thoughts and feelings that you hold,
Mhm.
rather than perhaps relying on surface
Mm.
information or knowledge or whatever. I
I
mean,
don't like what my book says. My book is saying that the show inappropriate mentor or choosing a temporarily wrong path. You might
ooh,
be listening to bad advice, or someone might try to persuade you to go against your intuition. It
again,
can
looking at
also indicate secrets that need to be out in the open.
hmm.
Knowledge locked up too long may be potentially harmful. I rebuke it.
It's so frustrating because I've got things written down and I've got things in my brain, but when I want to use them, they don't always want to come out. I mean, I have to just look intuitively at what it says. I mean, I think I got most of the message out there anyway. It's just kind of,
Uh, no,
you
it's
know,
funny with that, especially with all that air in the heavens. I feel like that and Earth, it can be hard for things to get unstuck because six planets on Earth, I mean, they easily get stuck. But if you were like got stuck in the mud, it's terrible. So it
hmm,
can be very heavy, and words you can get stuck with your words, and I think that's a great testament to what's happening now with all that energy going on out there in the cosmos. I have funny time with my words already to begin with because I have Chiron in Gemini. So Chiron is the wounded healer. It's what is like your insecurity, what you're needing to heal from, the wound um, that that kind of makes you feel insignificant or your self-worth diminishes because of the Chiron energy.
hmm,
And you have your Chiron return at 50, so you're able to like finally heal that wound. And
yeah.
I'm not waiting until I'm 50. I'm going to figure out how to get my words out there.
I was going to say, aren't we all trying to sort of heal, grow, and evolve in life anyway?
Oh
So if
man.
we waited just for a magic
I think
number,
that's when it
give
finally
ourselves
comes to
a
light
chance.
where you're ready. Sometimes it takes a long time to heal
Hmm.
from things.
Well, it's definitely a process. It's not
I've
something
given
completely.
several readings. I'm from Georgia. I've given several readings where that's my Chiron. I can't talk. Where a lot of people are still trying to heal from childhood trauma.
Hmm. Well, yes, that's the initial wound, isn't it?
I'm
And
gonna
all the
pull a card for you, and I'm gonna see what jumps out, and then you're gonna read it.
okay.
Because if you're gonna tell me to do it, I'm just gonna read from the book because I'm not a tarot card. I mean, I can intuitively look at a card and maybe get some insight going on there, but I'm not gonna be the one that just like knows it right off the bat. Oh, that was quick. I did one little shuffle and one pops up. Well, lucky you, and it's standing upright. I know this card.
Oh, yeah.
So this is exactly what the card depicts. It's abundance. The kids are playing in the background. There's unity. It's a Ten of Cups with a rainbow in the sky. I mean, who doesn't like a rainbow in the sky? I mean, serenity, the completion of a cycle, to sit back and enjoy everything that you've created.
Yeah.
See, I can do tarot card readings. What was I talking about?
I was thinking, I pulled this at the beginning of the year, and I said about wanting sort of spiritual and emotional and financial wealth and everything. I mean, I know there's not like the financial side of things in there, although there is a little bit of earth in there, but it's kind of, that is the sort of the feeling of celebrating after the completion, isn't it? And that is kind of the celebrating of the success and feeling the gratitude and everything. To me, the Ten of Cups really embodies gratitude. And they're clearly grateful for everything they have there. And they look so happy and arms outstretched, celebrating and dancing and playing with it all. So yeah, so much beauty in that.
Live in that tiny little house. Look at that.
It's perspective, Alan. It's far away.
I know. I'm just being silly.
I know. It's brilliant.
And 10, that's not a bad number either. You know,
No,
it's even. It's reduced to 1. Who doesn't want to be number 1?
Number 1. And number 1's the magician. So it's the alchemy of things and kind of like being able to work with what you have and sort of the magic and the creativity and everything together. It's that very beginning, that seed of an idea that is kind of taking the action step on it.
I'm having like weird sun going in my eye
now. Blinded by the light. I swear there was something like that as well.
I think my comments froze again. Is there anybody else saying anything?
Oh, we got hello. Hello, California girl.
See, the comments froze again. The last thing I got was John Mark said, "Oh, thank you."
Oh, they said that they have to pop out, but thank you for this space, and they really needed it today. Oh, that's lovely.
Yeah, of course. That's what I love about technology. Like, you can talk to someone from the UK, Emily from the UK, and I'm over here in sunny Orlando. And we can have a conversation and invite people in and create a safe space to talk about astrology or talk about tarot cards or talk about your problems in life. I love that. Anything that pushes us to be better.
Definitely.
And to have real talk and to, you know, without shame and judgment. I love that.
Should I do a little chant to Sarasvati, which is all about the goddess of language? And
please go ahead.
I associate Sarasvati with Gemini. Which
So Emily does chants, she does singing, she loves doing that stuff. She's a double air, so she loves using her voice in various ways. So I am thinking this is quite a treat, so you go right ahead.
Thank you. Oh, words come back. Words come back. It's gone blank again, sorry.
Filter, y'all.
Om Saraswati Namaha Swaha Om Saraswati Sarasvatye Namaha Swaha. Om Sarasvatye Namaha. There we go.
Sorry, I couldn't join. I don't know any of that.
So Sarasvati is all about language and music, and really taps into that sort of Gemini air energy. And there's also an association with Neptune for Sarasvati as well, because of the sort of musicality and things. But tapping into that energy.
Love that. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for everyone that came on and supported us. And I'm glad we were able to give some insight to anybody out there that might be wondering about relationships or whatever it is that's on your mind. So I appreciate that. Gratitude, right? The 10 of Cups.
Exactly. Thank you
And
very much.
thank you, Emily, for inviting me to come on your channel and do this. We can also post it on our private channels or personal channels if you want. You have my permission,
Thank you.
so people can watch it and review it later, and maybe we can collaborate together again.
Yeah, it'd be good fun. All right, take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.